All right. How are we all doing today?
Wonderful.
All right, what we're going to learn about is all the different types of windows that are out there. Anderson has been around since 1903, and they actually started as a lumber company. So the first thing we're going to start off with is wood. What do we like about wood?
Nothing.
It's beautiful. You can paint it any color you want, but let's be fair to say, they don't make wood like they used to. All right? What did they do back in the day? Cut down those trees, put them right through those mills. Now you have that nice solid piece of wood. That's how I see houses back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. Everything's so solid. Everything's so strong. But at the same time, houses built in the 90s and 80s today, even 2000, you start seeing rot. You start seeing this, you start seeing that. Well, anything with the wood, all right, it absorbs moisture. When you absorb moisture inside wood, it causes it to swell and shrink. That causes it to rot. That ends up with the wood just being with wood fibers. All right, only thing you see left with the wood is just scraping it off, and that's all the fibers, because that's actually the strength of the wood. All right, this is one of the most expensive materials on the market when it comes out to windows. All right, but you still need to maintain them, and they can last you 10 years, they can last you 5 years, depending if you maintain them or not. All right, back in the day, this was the thing to do, but today it is not. All right, you can get this window anywhere between $700 all the way up to $2,000, depending the type of wood you use. Anywhere you go. So in 1958, Anderson created what they call an aluminum cladded window. All right, and simply what an aluminum cladded window is a wood window with aluminum wrapped around it, just like that. So what they were trying to do is protect the wood from rotting. But over time, what they realized is aluminum was a big conductor of heat and cold. It will pit, it will corrode, and next thing you know, moisture will get on the inside here, just like so, and be trapped. With all this moisture on the inside, you can't see it, because now your window's closed, it's all hidden, you think everything's morning and glory, you're having a great time, but your frame is rotting out. Next thing you know, your frame rots out, gets underneath your stud, and now the bottom of your wall starts rotting out. Anderson realized this and said we needed to reject this product on the market because we can't put a product like this on the home. Anderson is all about reputation, one, do it right and do it wrong. All right? A window like this can cost you anywhere, again, $700, depending on the way you need to install it, all the way up to $1,500. Another thing this does is it fades, okay? That sun hits this, and next thing you know, you're painting your window, you got any color you pretty much wanted, all right? And as you can see, this is a square frame. The proper way to install a window like this is a new construction window. You are gonna go out, you're gonna have to put interior and exterior casings on something like this because you need to go from stud to stud to make sure that's sealing. Well, at fault, being in construction back in the day, what did we do? We built the frame inside that frame that actually shrunk your windows down. Now you have a space here, space there, and then the stud. They're filling that in with insulation, great, but at the same time, you're getting moisture built up all on the side of your windows. That's why when you put your hands to the side of the windows or even sitting on your couch, you feel that breeze coming through. Now, fair to say, at any cost, knowing what you know about this product, would you put this in your home?
Probably not.
It's kind of a big sacrifice, especially when you can get these two windows right here. The same price, a little lower, a little more, for the window I'm about to show you in a little bit. All right? Next off, here we go, Mr. Go Happy. Anderson created in 1959 what they call a hollow vinyl window. Now I'd like to start the session off, all right, maintenance free, great. I never have to paint this window, excellent. But maintenance doesn't always just mean paint, because in the next 3 to 5 years, you're gonna have to recaulk these windows. All right, reason being is because of expansion and contraction. I like to put this through a perfect example.
This is closed meeting?
It is. All right, first off, we're in a store. Okay, we're at Home Depot, wherever you want to go. You see in the store for $1,000 a plastic window. Then you see right next to it a vinyl window. Which one would you choose, plastic or vinyl?
Vinyl.
Why?
Sounds pretty.
Sounds pretty. But is it fair to say that all vinyl is a heated up plastic extruded into a shape and form?
Really?
That's all it is, correct?
Huh.
You didn't know that? That's amazing. So what they do is simply heat up plastic in a big tub, shoot it through all different types of machines to get all these different shapes and forms, cut them up to 10 to 12 foot pieces, send it off to different manufacturing companies. Manufacturing companies simply then assemble these windows, send them off to different warehouses. They sit there until they're shipped to a store or to maybe someone's house if they ordered online. But this window is roughly in between 3 to 8 months old before it even gets to your home, for one. And if you notice here, it's a square window, so they're gonna put this into your frame with a slope sill. All right? A slope sill, simply, 85% of homes in New England have a slope sill. And they put what they call here a sill expander, which is right here. All right? So I'm actually gonna create an angle of your window right now, which sits down like so. But now, you have air and water coming underneath this window that's eventually going to get inside your home. Question is why do they need to do this?
Because it's flat and our sills are sloped?
That is true, but vinyl expands and contracts at such a dramatic rate that they need to give it room to move. Perfect example, siding a home. When you side a home, you're overlapping the siding. There's these little tabs on the side that you're nailing in roofing nails. But if you nail that roofing nail in all the way, that's when you drive by homes and you start seeing them buckle. Why are they buckling? Heat and cold. They're hitting it and it's moving. So if they ended up butting these vinyl pieces together, you'd actually notice that you'd see spaces. My biggest question with a vinyl window is how many times a day do you want your windows to move?
None.
None. How many times does a vinyl window move a day?
4?
With 2, 3, 4 times, depending on heat, cold, and all that fun stuff. All right, this window runs anywhere between 500, I've seen it as high as 1,800, depending what company you use. But it's still a vinyl window that expands and contracts. It's also the biggest glass loss in the industry and the biggest sale failure in the industry. Now, mention the lifetime warranty. They actually give limited lifetime warranties on vinyl windows. But why would they say it's limited? Because they're going to show you a bunch of exclusions that's going to happen to these windows. If you actually looked at the back of the warranty and you see those other exclusions, you're going to see they're telling you everything that's going to go wrong and what's not going to be warranted. It's kind of scary that you would buy a product that has a lifetime warranty on it, but yet all these things are eventually going to happen, and we're not going to cover it. Reason vinyl window companies usually do something like that is because they want that phone call back. They want to get back in your home because just like everything else, water heaters, furnaces, they're going to give a lifespan on them. Why? They want you to come back and buy them again. Why do they want you to buy them again? To keep them in business.
It's crazy because I heard that the average consumer will spend $80,000 at Home Depot as a customer. That would make sense.
There you go.
Keep going.
Keep going. Wait, thank you very much. So, once again, at any cost, would you put a vinyl window in your home?
No, that's ugly.
All right.
Nah.
I thank you, sir.
No interest.
Come with me with your checkbook. So what Anderson simply wanted to do, well, first off, we're here, as I'm skipping, they also experimented with fiberglass. All right, yay, fiberglass. This is what they call a what? Do you remember what I called this?
Plastic vinyl.
Plastic vinyl, but how'd they make it? It's an extrusion.
Extrusion.
All right, what do they do with
extrusion?
Yep. What do they do with a fiberglass?
They pull it.
It's a pull extrusion, so they're actually pulling this through a machine. That if you actually look at this material close, you're gonna see a bunch of rigid lines on this material. Now, Chris, what's your favorite color?
Blue.
We're gonna get these windows specially made in a blue for you. Excellent, because I can make fiberglass any color I want. But Mark, I didn't want to end between each other, I should have said that, but you're gonna have to paint these windows every 3 to 5 years to protect it. But wait a second, I just paid extra to get a specialty blue window for my home. Why would I need to paint it? Simple fiberglass, all right? It is a great insulator, don't get me wrong, but it's a powder coating. And when you do paint this window, it's protecting it. Kind of similar to a car, but what do you do with a car? You put 7 clear coats on a car because why? You want to protect it from cracking. All right, same thing with boats. But think of how much this window would be if I had to put 7 clear coats on it. You'd be spending $3,000 to $4,000, even if the window was white and you didn't get a specialty color, extra just for that coating. All right, fiberglass gets fragile during cold weather that causes it to crack. All right, good thing about it is the good insulator. Cold hits it, it's not going to be cold on the inside, but at the same time, they also have to what? Weld that together, right? But they can't weld it, so they use epoxies and different types of caulking to put these together that actually causes air leakage through the inside. And if you actually took a piece of fiberglass, say you left it in your shed and then you took this piece out and looked at it, you'd actually would see moisture on the inside because those joints are not connected correctly. All right? It also lets off an off gas that's harmful to your health. Ever walk in a boathouse, smell that smell? You're like, oh, it's that smell. You get used to it over time, but it's not really that healthy for you as well. You got children here. You don't want them breathing in any toxins. We're trying to be a green, safe world these days. This is definitely not a green safe material. These windows are very expensive. They run anywhere between $900 to $2,000 depending what you need on them. And there you go. Now this is the window history. Anderson started in 1904, and they're still around today. And the reason they created a company called Renewal by Anderson is because of the product I'm about to show you. All right, any questions so far on any of these materials?
No.
Would you take any risk of putting these in your home?
Probably not. Depends on the price.
Always depends on the price. So what Anderson created was a product called Fibrex. And what is Fibrex? Fibrex is simply 40% of recycled wood fibers and 60% of a thermopolymer resin. First extruded into a composite pellet, then extruded again to get the shape and the color. Now, even the color you see on here is a pigmented Fibrex. So it's not a paint, it's not gonna peel, it's not gonna warp. So instead of Anderson releasing this all the way back in 1960 to make tons of money, why did they wait 30 years before they did?
Make sure it works.
Make sure it works. So what they did is they actually took this material and they put it on top of rooftops in Arizona for extreme heat, swamps in Florida for rot and decay, as we can see, and they put it on top of in Minnesota for extreme cold. So they simply wanted to take this material and put it through winter, spring, summer, and fall. Because the biggest failure of all these windows wasn't the window companies, it was the materials they were using. Simple as that. And Anderson also makes the whole frame out of Fibrex as well. And as you can tell, this is on an angle. All right, reason Anderson created an angle on the window is because homes have in between a 13, 15 degree angle on their sill. And as you can see, I'm gonna create that angle right now with your vinyl window. Yay, look at all the space underneath that vinyl window. Anderson has what they call a 3-point system, where they actually have 2 points here, where they use a 50-year caulking, and right inside here for the other 50-year. So they put it in there because they want to stop the air and water infiltration from the outside points of your frame instead of the inside points of your frame. As you can tell, that's what happens with a vinyl window. And don't blame the vinyl window's fault. It's not his fault it moves every time the sun hits it or gets cold. It's just a common thing of science. All right. We also use all mortise and tenon joints on all of our sashes of a window. So if air or water wanted to get through to try to get in through the glass, it has to go up, down, and back through again. Same thing here with our air and water dam. That is this piece right here. As you can see, we have what they call a memory foam weather stripping. So when I go ahead and shut this window and put it flat down, this is gonna suck in every time, but it'll always go back to foam. All right, we warranty all of our components for 10 years, but think of this, 12 years go by, your weather stripping failed. Would you rather buy a new weather stripping from us and have us come install it, or would you rather want to buy a whole new window?
Stripping.
It's so much cheaper for you to get just a brand new weather stripping, and we warranty you for 10 years. All right, so when we go ahead and do this and we put it right down, same thing again. Water has to go up, down, back over, so does air. It's a pretty hard thing to do. We test our windows to 150 miles an hour. Uh-oh, more interruptions. All right, to stop any water and air infiltration. What happens if your window leaks? The frame leaks with our window. What is Anderson going to do?
I don't know.
They're going to send a service tech to come out. All right, and they're going to inspect that window and see what that issue is. Then they're going to let you know what the problem is and do whatever they can to take care of the problem.
Do I get to pay for that?
You do not. What if you worked at Home Depot?
I don't know.
They charge a $150 service fee just to come back to your home. And then they tell you the problem and say, this is what it's going to cost to get fixed. Well, what happened to my warranty? Well, we didn't install the window. We just sent someone over to install your window. So there we go again, pointing fingers at each other. Simply, Anderson is a full service company. What they're going to do is they're going to make your material. They're going to form your material. They're going to build your window. They're going to send it to a Renewal by Anderson warehouse just specially made for your home. They're going to go in your home, install your window, clean up, vacuum, take everything away, and then they're going to warranty and service. Marc, my lock's not working correctly. No problem, let's set up a service, let's get that done. I had a customer call me, my screen ripped, my cat ripped it. What did Anderson do? Brand new screen right to him, he was amazed. But simply, this is the right choice. And these choices you can't choose, but do I want to spend double the amount of money? What I mean by that is 5 to 10 years later, do I really want to think and sit down and talk about spending money on windows again? Of course not. You're going to probably plan a cruise, or you're going to want to invest your money into something else. But Anderson created this. They are over 100 years old, and they wanted to do it right and do it once.
Nice, good job.